Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
Alright, y'all, we got the spoils for the next 3 episodes of the Boruto anime. Specifically, it's going to be from Boruto episode 224 through Boruto episode 227. Now, I ain't gonna lie, these right here seems like it's going to be the rest of the Chunin exam, so the Chunin exam is probably going to be over after these episodes. Specifically, what the next arc is going to be, we get a tad bit of that, I believe, at the last episode of episode 227, but then again, you never really know. The Chunin exam could still be going on, but into the actual paragraph of episode 224, it says the next matchup in the final test of the Chunin exam will be Iwabe versus Wasabi. They mutually have a strong competitive spirit. Since the two of them normally have a lot of clashes with one another, Iwabe is perplexed by Wasabi's behavior. For some reason, Wasabi is being unusually unlively. Actually, Wasabi feels crushed by the pressure. Up until recently, the Uzuno clan has a poor track record and is lacking in achievement. As a representative of their clan, Wasabi feels burdened by their hopes and expectations. Wasabi has arbitrarily decided on her limits and on her own capabilities and seems to have given up. Seeing Wasabi in such a mood, Iwabe then loses his temper. Alright, so just off this episode, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. And I don't like it because I'm an Iwabe fan. What it looks like it's setting up for is Iwabe is going to potentially feel sad for Wasabi. Now, I understand what it said. It pretty much says that he loses his temper, but obviously he's going to feel some sort of way that Wasabi's not necessarily fighting to her actual potential, and somehow in the end, they're probably going to have Iwabe lose. That is pretty much why I'm not necessarily liking this right here. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely feel like this right here has the potential to be a good episode overall. Me personally, I'm just biased, and I really definitely do want to see Iwabe win. If this right here would have just said that Wasabi was feeling a little bit bad and Iwabe completely destroys her, I'd have been like, yo, I'm glad. But I don't know. But the next episode is going to be episode 225. The actual title is going to be a showdown between close friends. Into the actual paragraph, it says the format of the final exam is actual combat. The remaining contenders are continuing on with their friendly matchups and are battling with all their might against each other. And now the matchup between Uchiha Sarada and Akamichi Chocho has begun. Of course, other gangs who participate in the Chunin exams are in attendance as well. Kawaki, who has been invited by Naruto, as well as Shinki and his comrades, who have come to observe from the Hidden Sand Village, are paying attention to the match. The two of them, Sarada and Chocho, promise to have a serious fight. Meanwhile, they seem to be evenly matched. Everyone is holding their breath in anticipation as they intently watch over the fight. With the two of them being on the same level in terms of abilities, what will be the outcome of their showdown between close friends? Alright, this right here does not look good for Sarada. This does not look good. I could sugarcoat it. I could sugarcoat it and say, hey, you know, they're friends. It's going to be hard for Sarada. I could sugarcoat it. But we were talking about Sarada on the same level as Kawaki. We were talking about Sarada as being stronger than Sasuke just as recent as 5 days ago. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't even know this. If Sarada is evenly matched with Chocho, this is a problem. Now, here is where all the Sarada fans out there, they're pretty much going to be jumping out the window calling this arc completely filler, which is probably not going to be, because 9 times out of 10, Sarada is going to win this match and she's going to become a Chunin. If they're going to call this match filler, they're going to have to say that Sarada is still a Genin. So it doesn't seem good for Sarada. Chocho's stock is rising tremendously. I'm going to put it like that. But I ain't going to lie, at the end of the day, I'm going to be super excited to see this actual fight right here. I hope Organic Dinosaur, by the way, these spoilers come from Organic Dinosaur. I'm hoping that Organic Dinosaur is gassing a little bit. Hopefully this right here isn't necessarily a one-to-one translation and she's just fudging it a little bit. Hopefully, because if that's the case, I'd be happy. But as of right now, it's not looking good for Sarada. I'm not gonna lie, partners. Now, the next episode is going to be Boruto episode 226. The title is going to be Samurai versus Science. Into the actual paragraph, it says the individual matches of the final exam are underway, and the winners have been announced one after the other. There are only a few matchups remaining. However, Boruto and Mitsuki have yet to appear at the venue, but at this rate, the two of them will be disqualified, and it's making Sarada feel anxious. Meanwhile, the next matchup is between Denki and Tsubaki. The ninja have a different way of battling in comparison to Samurai. Tsubaki has her own merits and abilities. She's about to face off against Denki, someone who has developed his own scientific ninja tools and is taking them into combat. The use of scientific ninja tools versus a samurai, a unique tournament matchup, is about to unfold. So this episode right here seems like it's going to be very interesting. The first thing that we definitely do have to point out is the fact that Boruto and Mitsuki are not at the venue as of yet. One of the things that we did actually get to see from the last episode, specifically Boruto episode 222, was the fact that there are a couple of people that did actually enter the Hidden Leaf Village, and from the spoilers of episode 223, we found out that Mitsuki and Boruto did actually want to go over and rectify that situation. Now, Boruto and Mitsuki's absence might be because of the fact that they were actually, in battle with those people that did actually enter the Hidden Leaf Village. I find that very difficult to believe because they looked extremely fodder. I was basically talking about how Konohama himself would be able to just destroy all 4 of them. I'm personally going to say that they definitely did get caught up with those guys, even though it's very difficult for me to believe that. Probably they had some backup with them as well, or probably one of them had some very unique abilities that Boruto and Mitsuki didn't necessarily know how to handle. But as of right now, it's looking like Boruto and Mitsuki are probably not necessarily going to become Chunins because they're pretty much going to be completely absent throughout this whole thing. It's very interesting though, mainly because Naruto is the Hokage. Naruto could have easily went and tracked down Boruto and Mitsuki and dragged them to the Chunin exam, but that right there seems like it's probably not necessarily going to happen. Now, the other thing is going to be the fact that Denki is going to be fighting against Tsubaki. This right here seems like it's going to be a cut and dry situation because of the fact that Tsubaki is obviously a lot stronger than Denki, but also we have to take into consideration that Denki supposedly has a brand new scientific ninja tools that he himself actually didn't make. We kind of got to see it in action a little bit in the last episode, but we never really got to see what it really was and how it could really affect a character like Tsubaki. For the Boruto fans out there, most likely Denki becoming a Chunin is going to mean infinitely a lot more than Tsubaki becoming a Chunin, just because of the sheer fact that Tsubaki is most likely going to be leaving the Hidden Leaf Village after the Chunin exam. Now, the next episode is going to be Boruto episode 227. The title says Team 7 and their final mission. Now, into the actual paragraph, it says, with Sarada as their commanding officer from now on, it's been decided Sarada, Boruto, and Mitsuki will now be performing missions as Team 7. Since Sarutobi Konohama won't be with them on missions, the 3 of them feel a bit lonely. In the meantime, Konohama has left to conduct the mission with his cousin Mirai. Mirai has just came back to the village on the verge of death. However, it's supposed to have been a simple mission. When Mirai regained consciousness, she was able to report that the state of affairs had changed from their initial expectations of their mission. And so it's been decided for reinforcements to be dispatched to Konohama's location immediately. Those reinforcements would be none other than Team 7. Alright, so this right here seems like it's going to be a completely brand new arc where Boruto and the actual Team 7 looks like is actually going to be helping out Konohama and Mirai on their actual situation. Konohama's taking another L. He's essentially officially out of Team 7. I don't know how much screen time he's probably going to get after this specific arc right here. It's probably not necessarily going to be good, man, because when he was actually the leader of Team 7, he was barely in any of the actual important scenes. So this right here is just more proof to me that Konohama is just absolutely hated by the Boruto writers. Again, I'm not mad at Konohama. I'm mad at the writers because this guy's character at the beginning of Boruto was supposed to be absolutely amazing, and they completely dropped the ball on that. But regardless, we definitely do have to give up to Sarada for being the commander of Team 7. Again, I did slander Sarada a little bit at the beginning of this video, but I have to give her big props for being the actual leader of this brand new Team 7. That right there is definitely a very big feat. Hopefully she's going to lead Team 7 to do some very good things in the future. It seems that Sarada has officially become a Chunin. Boruto and Mitsuki, I have absolutely no idea. They themselves may actually be Chunins as well, but as of right now, it's pretty confirmed that Sarada is actually going to be the Chunin. If none of them actually became Chunin, Sarutobi Konohama would still be the leader of Team 7. But again, this new arc right here is supposed to be very interesting. Hopefully this right here ties someone into the Kado organization. I don't necessarily think it's going to happen, but let me know what you guys think about these spoilers in the comment section below. It's been your boy Baara B, and we out.
It's a knife.